Okay, I'm going to stream the replay of my last game in OrcaCola. It seems like the actual broadcast that I did and file saved was done at a very low bitrate for some reason, and it's unwatchable. So I'm going to do it on the replay. Hopefully that'll give an opportunity to also comment on things that I can reflect now on hindsight and all that. So it could be interesting to do one post-action or after-action report actually, instead of live. We'll see. Very similar TV. I gave 130 inducements, and Ankara, who is the coach of HIE 5 in Elves, took one more reroll instead of Babes or an Aatu or Bribe. One reroll is always handy in Elf shootout, so now I get why he did it. I was expecting a Bribe or Babes. He only had 11 players and I had 13, so two mighty blows, Katie and the tree, mighty wood. So I won the toss and I chose to receive the ball. So let's see if I can turn around. Yeah. Oopsie daisy. There we are. So I chose to receive. I have 2 mighty blow. He only has 11 pieces. Try to make some damage. Sweltering hit, which make things a lottery afterwards, especially if it's gonna be a shootout. So on my drive, I left the kicker and the new lino out. So I had all my 3 catchers and Rick in the field. Let's put the grid on. I'm gonna run the game in 1 notch speed up, I think, so we don't have to do all this waiting. Some of the animations will be funny, but at least shouldn't take too long to wait for things. So he's set up in Ziggurat. He's got 2 strength 4s. Let's see where they are. One here is the kick, and a catcher he's placed on the wing. Ankara positioning his pieces very well during the match. He has a couple of guards as well, and he put them always around the strength 4s, which gives them a lot of synergy. It prevents me from hitting those strength 4 even when I can put 2 assists somehow, because the guard is in the way. So he proved quite efficient and proficient in doing that, and I got into trouble many times with these 2 strength 4s. Anyway, so he's setting up a bit of spread in between his pieces, and I'm using my guard here with my tree to hit these 2 that have no block or wrestle, with War Dancer and with my wrestle here, and then here with wrestle as well with Dauntless. And he got a blitz. Okay, I have to turn around the picture again. And the ball landed somewhere here. You cannot see it in the replay, but it was somewhere here. So it's perfect for his 3 catchers to move in. And obviously this is the mighty blow blitzer. So perfect. But I got lucky on the blocks. And then this is a strength 4. So if he could screen that catcher catching the ball somewhere here in the blitz, then I could have been in trouble. So 1 go for it, 2nd go for it, and snake eyes, as you can see here. So that saved me there. But you'll see, I mean, this blitz somehow, I don't know, it made me play very conservatively, and you'll see I'm gonna have a lot of difficulties progressing the ball. I get a casualty opening my turn. He uses the Aatu. It's a guard lino, so yeah, why not? Trying to hit the thrower, and the tree marking dodgeless pieces if possible. I'm taking all my blocks, as you can see. Which is gonna prove a bit complicating for me, because now I run out of options or what to do with the ball. This is a strength 4, remember. So, and this is Rick here, 6 tiles from the ball, so he cannot get very far away. My best option, well, you'll see. At this point, when I've done all my blocks, then I've run out of options to screen properly. The safest spot seems to be Christina here, covered by guard and by this stunned Lino, who prevents any assists to her. So I saw that as an option to keep the ball safe, and away I went. Two plus pass, I needed the catch, that went through, and in principle there is no easy way here for a 2-die block on Christina. His guard is out, one of them here. The other guard is with this blitzer, which is very far away from, well, he can put it here, and then he could have blitzed this way, but he would have needed first to cover this catcher or mark him. So he decides to just blitz the screen and stick to me. You'll see he did that constantly during the first half, and I had tremendous problems trying to progress the ball safely. He's going for the tree, 2-die. There you go, 2-die now with block Lino. Push. And I decided to not use stand firm, so I could use a 2-die block next. Otherwise here I wouldn't have had a 2-die block later. So a lot of pressure on the ball. I'm forced to dodge either way for the most part. This one is a catcher that is niggle, so I went with a mighty blow on him, and I roll 1 and 2 on the armor roll, so lucky bastard. So obviously Ankara has given me all his left wing, so I tried to go there somehow, but let's see. Can't remember what I did, but I didn't quite manage to progress the ball. All his players here, he could easily down my tree and then put a screen here ahead of me, or columns. So even though this is empty space, these are elves, and I was seeing that it was not going to be easy to move here anyways. Now I have 1, 2, 3 pieces left to screen here. 2 catchers and a Lino. My tree could be put down next turn if I move this catcher away. I should have blocked with the tree first maybe and risk the loner block. because as it stands, if I get this catcher away, then I don't have an easy 2-die block with the tree. As you can see, this is a 1-die block with the tree. So I should have blocked first with the tree, having the catcher here, eliminating one tackle zone, one support. But I didn't want it to risk the tree block, even if it's 2 dice. So if I had knocked something down with the tree and then moved this catcher here, then I would have a sort of a double screen, which would have allowed me to score. But yeah, that would have required a tree block before moving the catcher, and for some reason I decided not to do it. Strength 4 Lino, who came back thanks to the apple. No, sorry, it was the card player who the apple was used on, so he's still here. Very risky dodge. 4+, and only 1 die against blotch, so I don't know. Ankara seemed to position his pieces really well throughout the match, or at least I couldn't find ways out, but this, I don't know. This caught me off guard a little bit, and although there seems to be possibilities for crowd surfing this guy, they all require 3+ dodges somehow, and I couldn't find a way to put this guy out of the pitch. I could have pushed him with Adam Levine here to the sideline, but then getting to this style to crowd surf, I couldn't find an easy way. I would have first needed to move this line out of the way, and obviously, as you can see, there's no way for me to get here to give Springsteen support to block here. So all this time I was thinking how to crowd surf this guy. So at the end I settled for trying to at least put him down, so to avoid the marking. But you know, no easy way to crowd surf that I could see. Now, Christina is free to move, but cannot score, and moving here somewhere is going to be exposing her to a blitz. Ankara has no tackle, but those bows come more often than you want. So in the end, with no easy way to screen here, unless lots of dodges with skillless Linos, I decided to go back. This Lino here, Bowie, only has 7 move and has no dodge, so at most 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the only 2 pieces who could screen Christina were the catcher and Springsteen, somewhere here. I could have probably make it happen, but not easy. So as you can see, I opted to go back and cage again. I could have put Christina here and then a screen with just 2 pieces here, but I'm sure if he did that blitz before with the blitzer, you know, on a 4+, I'm sure he could have found a way to do something funny as well, and putting Christina here may have meant that the ball can go out of the sideline. So you know, sometimes playing against a coach that take risks, crazy risks like that, make you go very, very defensive, at least to me. And as you will see, this decision of going back and cage is gonna cost me a lot of turns and a lot of trouble, because Ankara is smelling blood and he's gonna put pressure on me a lot. He did plenty of blocks with pieces without block or wrestle. Supposed to use his bleachers first for some reason. As you can see, he blocked here with the thrower, has no block, etc, etc. So here is the 4th strength, very annoying, especially when it marks strength 2. Making sure that I have to do lots of dodges, even though I have dodge. Tackle on dodge, but no luck. And I have to keep on screening and caging close by. Can't progress the ball. Lots of dodges, but at least I have the ball secure. I knew I had to put some scoring thread somewhere, but the only one I can really move safely are Linos at the moment, and I have to dodge. Trying to make sure I have some spread, otherwise I will be even more boxed in. So getting boxed in is bad, even if you're caged. So I was trying to spread as much as I can, as I could. Tree rooted, by the way, so same as last game with Baristan. This tree did squat today as well. Not that the tree can do much against elf, but at least, you know. Well, I take that back. I think he made Ankara have to use a couple of rerolls on dodges, at least one that I can't remember. So yeah, not that bad. So I've managed to avoid the pressure one turn more, but Ankara is gonna be relentless and he's gonna keep on marking all my pieces. And all that strength 4 and all that guard he's got, at least one in the pitch, is gonna make my life very difficult to get blocks, even though he's marking me all over the place. You see, he doesn't use the bleach with his block players. Can't remember when he bleached in this turn, we'll see. He only has one block player left to move. But he uses the strength 4 with no block against dodge, of all things. So he got lucky, another POW here. You'll see he get a lot of POWs in this game against my dodge or blodge. And BB Manager confirmed that match. I saw it a few minutes ago. But you know, at the same time he positioned so well. Mixed feelings about this coach. Lots of pressure, very difficult for me to move out of here without having to dodge a lot. Guard, well, yeah, marking Adam Levine. And my 2 scoring threads are marked. So, okay, he's here all over the place. Let's try to move to this side and screen a little. I'll have to get this catcher out of the way first though. And no luck, no POWs, no defender stumbles, nothing. So my movement gets further hindered. I cannot progress as fast as I would like to, and I have to do lots of dodges. One more turn, one more screen. And the ball is not getting any closer to Ankara's TD line. Trying to move more threads. Here I hesitated. I could have brought Psy somewhere here to cover any potential blitz from this direction and to make a bigger screen. But then I said, okay, let's put a thread here, and then I'll bring the other catcher, Adam Levine, back. Now I did this go for it because he has a strength 4 catcher that could have reached me eventually with a couple of dodges and go for it and do a 2-day block on Christina. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 go for it, and he's got a 2-die blitz on Christina. So I wanted to bring this here to avoid that, and I had to spend a reroll on that. I didn't even want a 1-die, so that's why I moved Adam Levine one more, and had to waste a reroll there. So I have 1 left. Things are getting dire. Turn 5. Strength 4 blitzing again against dodge. This time defender stumble works, no pow, but it is an annoying strength 4 stuck to my ball carrier. His guard is here, and I think he brought it to support the area. We'll see. That's right. His guard always around his strength 4, which is the best thing you can do to make sure the strength 4 is not pushed or blocked out of the way, and at the same time you cannot do anything but dodge out. Luckily he's got no tackle, otherwise I would have been really in trouble in this game. Now he had to leave my 2 threads unmarked in order to commit fully forward. So what I saw is, okay, let's get this out of the way, and then I hand off to Rick, and then we make the pass, you know, 2+ pass. But this guy is bloody strength 4, and I have the guard here. So my option was to use Dauntless. Dauntless is been proven one of the best skills I've used in a long time. And there you go. 2+ pass. I had to roll the catch, covering the throw area just in case I fumble. And then turn 6, so I decided to stall as much as I could. Out of reach of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. So out of reach. I have no dodge, so I have to be careful. At least I can stall one more turn. And let's put some screen around this area. And let's mark this piece, so at least he has to dodge if he wants to move. But Ankara decided to blitz, so you know, this is the closest piece he's got to my ball, so there you go. Nice move from Ankara. Trying to make sure I score as fast as I can. Marking everybody, making sure I don't have easy blocks. Go for each included, and obviously in this position I have no option but to score. I have maybe one block that I can do, but that's about it. No luck. I could try Dauntless here. I don't remember if I did it. Probably not. Yeah, I didn't use the Dauntless roll. So there you go. So Ankara has 2 turns now to equalize. Shouldering hit still active. 2 of my pieces out, Rick and Katie. But since I have a 13 roster, I can afford to have the 11. And he didn't have any chaos or anything, and the hit didn't affect at all. Since he used the Aatu on the Carlino, he's got 11 again as well. And I decided to set up in Ziggurat, which you'll see is gonna prove set up in columns to force him to the middle, because this is gonna give him an access to wings, especially since I put the catchers. I have my kicker, but you know, with accurate strong arm thrower, kick doesn't make much of a difference, especially when you have 2 turns to score. So Ankara is setting up his strength and his mighty blow on this side to hit my rookie catcher Psy and move in swiftly. All the catches on this side, at least 3 of them. I think he will put the last one as well in the area. So I kick to this corner and he gets quick snap on top of it, so he has one more tile he can move and progress. Easy ball landing. All the catchers in this area, no, not all of them. The Nigel is left on the other side. 2-day block on my catcher. Armor held though, so good news. Strength 4, part of the screen. Rookie catcher, and then the scorer screen here. Yeah. This catcher here, I couldn't find a way to get to it, obviously. Most of I could do could be to blitz one of these 2 blitzers with tackle and mark him, but with guard around and strength 4, I'm sure he could easily push me away from this catcher anyways. So this catcher is a score. Unless he fumbles or something. Snake eyes, pass, catch or whatever. So this is a score. And that's why maybe I should have set up in columns as opposed to ziggurat. Because if I force him to the middle, then I have much better chances to find ways to make him expose his catchers here. This catcher is fully protected, and at most I can mark him, and then he can probably easily push me away. So yeah, here the answer was columns, not ziggurat. I made this mistake twice, so you'll see. I'm gonna accelerate so you see I decided to blitz one of these catchers here in the back. I didn't have an easy to die on the strength 4 either, because I needed 2 supports, and for these 2 guys to get there, we needed go for it. So I opted to blitz this one, and then mark the other one. Get some screening here. This piece was a bit useless actually, because this thrower can go pretty much anywhere he wants and throw the pass, so I should have used this somewhere else. So then he blocks and gets one of my catchers KO and frees up this catcher. He could have even served this by putting this guy here and then just simply blocking. He didn't do that. He didn't want to risk the dodge probably. So 1-1 mid-time, and he received the ball. 1 KO, my 2 players grab, and the shooting hit again makes my 2 of my catchers, well, 1 is KO, the other 1 shouldering hit. So I have 11 pieces to defend, but only 1 catcher in the field, which is not too bad, you know. Strength 2. My only concern is that Ricky was exposed in the defense drive. But I had my kicker and Christina and Katie. And again I make the same mistake. Ziggurat defense. I should have used columns, damn it. Because he does, you'll see, he does the same thing again. Somebody said man is the only animal who stumbles on the same rock twice, right? So, case in point. So this time I kick short to see, you know, a blitz or something, or a fail pickup, then exposes the ball. And here he goes to the wing with strength 4, easy. But again, it's a block without block. He got the pause he needed though, for the most part in the game. And here we go again. Rings a bell, hey? PB Manager shows that Ankara got above average armor rolls, so he broke my armor more than average. I think what I got in my favor was the injury rolls, where for the most part stance. I only got one cast, you'll see. So he picks up with a line, no? And does a funny pass. Risky, I mean, so close of my elves, but hey. So that's 3 rolls without skills. Pick up, pass and catch. He had to use a reroll, I think. And my 3 roots again, obviously, turn 9. Same like my last game against Barristan. Not making much. And here maybe I could have tried something different from the previous score, but I couldn't make it happen. You have this card here, which makes things impossible for me to get a 2 die here. At most I could get a 1 die. And maybe that was the answer. Maybe that's what I should have done. A 1 die on the strength 4 catcher with tackle. But I prefer a more safe block, which didn't get me anything, basically both down push, so that's it. And that's another score for Ankara right there, with all the pieces standing, with guard, strength 4, he can easily open a path and score next turn. Not even make columns here, because I'm still too far away. As fast as we are, can't get here unless I have to do funny go for it. And then he's got all his pieces here, so not much I can do to stop a score now or later if he comes in this side. I don't know, his scores seem so much more easy than mine, and I think part of the blame is that ziggurat formation of mine instead of columns. This is tackle though, so at least these gentlemen will need to dodge around the tackle piece if they want to go further. In this case all he needs really is to put his guard here, block with his catcher, this line away, and then this strength 4 can just move in and score. Now to do that, but he blocked my catcher, and he pushed to the wrong tile maybe, because if he had put this catcher forward, then this catcher only needed to dodge or to go around. He would have needed a go for it though to score, and as you can see he here needs either a go for it at the end or a dodge with tackle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dodge dodge with tackle applied, or if he goes around then it's a go for it. So at least I got that. Now he's trying to secure the pass spot, the throwing spot before he does the pass. Here he comes, easy. And then all he needs is just one dodge or go for it. He makes the go for it and does that. 2-1 for Ankara. He's clearly going for the shootout. All my players came back from KO and from sweltering heat. The weather changed, so no more sweltering heat this time. So we have all our players in the field, him and me. At this point I decided, what the heck, let's go for the shootout and see if he fumbles one of his damn passes or catches. So that was my plan, try to have a quick score of 2 turns or 3 leaving again, 3 or 4 turns left for the decider. He also sets up in ziggurat, but he's got a strength 4 here, which means I cannot go easily unless I expose pieces to serve. And here he's got the niggle catcher, but I don't have guard. I don't have anything to help, and I don't have a strength 4, so the ziggurat in his case is good. In mine is not, because he's got strength 4. In mine, I should have used damn columns. So my option here is the middle. He split his loss, so the tree is not in contact with all of them. So I set up to maximize my blocks here, and then my goal was to hit this rookie catcher with Katie and her mighty blow. I got quick snap myself this time around, but the kick is very short. And Rick, as good as he is, he only has 7 move, so he'll remain in reach distance from these pieces here. Protecting the ball, at least with 1 piece. I would have moved this piece through if the landing of the ball was not that dangerous, but I decided to cover it. So I wasted 1 catcher covering the ball instead of moving it through. Good blocks, except this push here. So now I can move in, and I have 2 catchers to do it. So I hit with Katie on the rookie catcher. Goes down, adamantium armor. I didn't want to follow through. That was a mistake. I just think I click just by reflex. And then these 2 catches are gonna go through against the Uriel advice of not exposing strengths to AV7s. But what can you do, huh? I was going for the shootout, so also I tried to create a screen to isolate his team in 2 pieces. So did you see these 2 tiles in between? And then I'm gonna move this also here, so these 4 pieces are isolated from these 4 here. Divide and conquer kind of thing. That forces him to, make a hole here. Or at least if he wants to bleed my catcher here, he doesn't have the closest course to join forces or to do a screen. He needs to roll dice, blocks or dodges first. So the ball is green, but I was fearing the bullshit dodges as he did in the first half, the first couple of turns. He can still do a couple of 3+ dodges, go for it, and he's got bloody strength 4. So I decided to go back as much as I could to force him to at least do 2 go for it if he wanted to blitz my my thrower, Rick. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. So it was gonna be tough for him to blitz me if he wanted to do so. So as you can see, his pieces here cannot move to the side or vice versa. He's trying to just double mark my receivers back and forth to force a 3+ dodge on them. And he blitzes my blotch piece instead of blitzing this one with this catcher. We saw a blitzer, which would have been the right thing to do probably, to blitz this one. Has no block, but he wanted to use mighty blow. So this catcher is a scoring threat. Not anymore, but if I could get rid of this piece, then I could dodge him out and go to the TD line. I only needed one go for it for that. What is the problem here? This bloody guy is strength 4 again, so I have no easy blocks on him. The 3 forcing a reroll, nice, but the problem was this strength 4 liner. Marking the dodgeless pieces. First block with mighty blow and dead. The apple has been used, remember. So KT level up. He had 29, so level up for KT. Now what did I do here? I could have bleached this piece out of the way, I think, but I didn't do it. So let's see. Oh yes, I remember why I didn't do it. Because to bleach this piece out of the way, I need to use this tile here for support. And if I use this tile here for support, this catcher cannot dodge out easily. So yeah, the TD via a pass to the catcher in the TD line, I ruled it out. So I decided to cage and progress the ball running. I didn't get lucky on the blitz, so the Carlino remained standing, marked by the tree. So running game it is. Ankara did a good job of marking my receivers. So running game it is. Manage a 3+ dodge. That's another thing. I could have tried that 3+ dodge to try to score and the shootout, but 3+ dodge and then a standard dodge, and no. Prefer the running game maybe. Other coaches may have decided to go for it, but so at this point I'm thinking, okay, I'm running out of turns. If I wanted a quick TD, Ankara can score pretty much in 2 turns, much better than I can. So in the next couple of turns, this one and the next, then is when I decide to just go for the draw. I'm 1-2 under. Ankara can easily score. Let's go for the draw. Running game, cage, and draw. And this is my casualty. Mighty blow. He got POW on, I think it was the rookie, yeah, Psy. So fair enough. No block. Strength 4 again. Very annoying. Completely marking my receiver options. Making sure KT has no easy blitzes by forcing a 3+ dodge with her. And again, this was the diagonal I was looking. I was eyeing this one for a quick score if need be here. But if this guy has been a 3 strength, then I could have possibly make it happen. I put this guy down and then it's a clean dodge through. But this guy is not Brody strength 3, is it? Assist and block for a 2 die. The thing is that if I fail that block and I only get a push, then this guy has a 3+ dodge or worst to go through, and I needed to go for it anyway. So committing pieces to get this guy down would have also meant that I would have compromised my cage. So I decided to progress the ball running to the side and free up Cristina in the process. That allows her a block here. Can't remember if I did block here. This is blotch and I don't have tackle yet on Cristina. Yeah, I think I went for the block, we'll see. So I kept the ball in the area for one more turn. Basically, I didn't progress the ball much here. No joy. And closing the cage to avoid this block here. And then last moves, risky dodges, because Ankara had blocked me there very well. So 1 3+, another 3+, another 3+. Finally I have to use the skill, and now it's a clean one. Scoring threat. Always good to have a scoring threat. Nice dodging here. Lucky. My only one was with the skill. So trying to open my threats. Ankara still has all his team except the dead guy. 11 against no, 10, because I had one. I think I had one KO or badly hurt. Yes, so that means it's 10 against 10. Still. So as you can see, he thinks my 3+ dodges are bullshit. So let's make a 4+ dodge then for Viajero. That's committing a lot of pieces with just one marking. Finally, no POW on blotch, which is welcome. And he tried one die at the end here. He has block, so why not? Nice 3+ dodge of his own. Block in the middle. Strength 4 on the sideline. And then the car guy. Yeah. So difficult for me to progress on this side, because I have to move a lot. And as I said, as Wood Elves, as fast as they can be, I wouldn't be able to move here safely. I need to commit 2 pieces for support here, and this is the guard piece, so perfectly placed here to prevent me from moving in this side. At most I can get a 1 die on this guy. Forgot about the tree though. I could have moved the tree here, but still, you know, I would need one more support and difficult to progress anyways. So I opted to go right, blitz the rookie catcher, which went KO. Thanks to Cristina being available, sorry, Katie. And then Justin Bieber now can move free and remain a threat. So yeah, that's why I decided to do, instead of going this way, which would have forced me to a lot of support and then not enough pieces left to screen in this area. One, two, three, 4 pieces available for the cage. Always mindful of how many pieces you have left to move to form the cage when you play against escaping or other elves. Yeah. And marking with a tree, which is what it's supposed to do. Dodgeless pieces. And Justin goes as a threat. I use the reroll here because I have 3, I hadn't used any, and used turn 13, say what the heck, yeah. If it was, you know, beginning of the half or something, I wouldn't have used it probably. And then you see in the middle, blocking the path here. But for some reason I decided to move it back here to prevent an easy 2-die block on Christina. That was a mistake. I should have left this here and risk the block on Christina. Because if I had left this line here, then this Bleacher would have been unable to go back and defend. Now he can move back and defend. So he blocks my catchers, my threats. That's what he's been doing so far. And that's why I should have left this line here, because Christina was not going to be hit, most likely. He seems to have a fixation with my receivers. I thought he was going to foul or something. So no, he just went heavy on my right flank. Which obviously begs the question, you know, you see all this area empty here. Wood elves have a higher speed than high elves. And as you can see, the mistake here. But, you know, instead of getting some safety piece here, he commits heavily on this side. So the solution here is obvious. Yeah, everybody on this side, not even a single safety here. I have 2 turns left, well 3. So I guess you see where this is going. Mighty Wood doing what he does best as of late. Mighty Wood is only 2 SPPs from skilling up though, so I have high hopes for him. I think this is basically the key or the only mistake Ankara did, I guess, at least with me, that I saw. Committing so heavily to this side make my progress very easy. Especially once I've committed to the draw. Now even Rick is in scoring distance himself. Go for it, but scoring distance. So the whole cage is basically in scoring distance. 1-day block with wrestle before I start doing the risky dodges without skill. I wanted to open this path so I could bleach one guy. Here I didn't have easy bleaches. Strength 4, completely marked. I didn't have any good bleaches. This is the only one that I saw. And for that I needed this one die block first with wrestle. It went my way and I managed to get free. But the bleach itself by Katie didn't work out. Now since I am starting to get close to my score, it is a good thing to sacrifice some Linus in marking. So you force your opponent to either block and then stays where it is, or to do some risky dodges. So this is what I did. I marked the last 2 moves I did is mark the pieces. Even though it's a strength 4, I prefer him to be here and remain here, blocking me, than moving around. You know, I'm blocking again my way with the bloody strength 4 and guard in synergy. So I want them guard here, strength 4 here, and please stay. His other strength 4 is far away from the action. So now he gets a POW, obviously, on blotch, like he's been doing pretty much the whole game. And then, yeah, he starts doing Gong 2. So you see, POW on blotch, KO, 2 go for it. Now I'm forcing him to take some risks. 1 go for it, Snake Eye, dead. So at this point the game is pretty much decided. marking pieces to avoid last turn shenanigans, making sure that he has to either stay where it is or risk a dodge. Making sure my ball is 3 and 3 from the sides. Any bullshit dodge and blitz, I can put the ball down but never out of bounds. And then I close my screen, or quasi cage if you wish. And foul. This is the guy closest to the action, so my plan was to foul this guy. I needed a couple of dodges to do that. And dead. That was really a very unlucky death for Ankara. This piece is great. Dodge, mighty blow, 20 SPP. Yeah. I think I remember being excited about it, but then I mentioned in the chat to him that I was truly sorry. 3 dead, as you can see. He used the Aatu on the first or second turn to heal his guard lineup, who got an eagle. My armor rolls are around average. It's the injury rolls that have really make the damage. He's out of rerolls by now. And he can reach me with this catcher. Strength 4. Not the ball, but Christina. Or this catcher here. He goes for the bullshit dodge. And he fails. Thankfully. So that's it. I think I didn't risk too many blocks here. I went for the 3 dice with Christina, and I didn't get a knockdown anyway, so I didn't even re-roll it. That's it. Two, which is the result of my poor defense, setting up in Ziggurat instead of columns. Maybe I wonder what would have happened if I had set up in columns instead of Ziggurats. It may have prevented any of the scores of Ankara. I don't know. Difficult to see or understand what would have happened. Anyway, too late to regret. That's 1 point at least, who keeps me in the top 3 of the table at the moment. And I have 2 skill ups. They both were dancers, Christina and Katie, and the kick line or Steve Tyler. So there you go. Hope you had fun. Until next one, cheers.